The July 6, 2020 Selectmen's Meeting, Town Aware. Will everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Okay, Department Head Committee meetings.
I don't know if he's got anything, but go ahead.
No, I can just, a couple little things. Just to let y'all know, we still have the certified officer in background. Somebody talked to Mr. Raymond the other day. He's getting kind of close to the end, so possibly next meeting, we'll have him in here so you guys can interview him with the swearing date, the meeting after that.
And is it a full-time position?
Yes. And that would leave us one opening after that one. The part-time officer, the female we were looking at, she just let me know the other day, they have a staffing shortage, and they also have a hiring freeze. We've already started her background, so I said we're just going to go ahead and finish her background because she was letting me know she's going to be doing nothing but overtime at her job for the foreseeable future. I said, okay, when you get back to normal, just let me know and we've got everything done, and then we can go forward with the process.
Yeah, no reason to stop now, and
Yeah, we're going to pay for it
just
anyway.
complete it. Yeah.
Kind of a little trend since we're monitoring national trends. Police1.com, they polled 10,000 officers. Only 7% would recommend becoming a cop. And
I'm
where
not
that,
surprised.
you guys see how hard it is to get cops now. It's going to keep getting like that. That's kind of easy to project to see that. So the steps that we've taken over the past year, I think, are really good and help us attract and retain employees. So I think we're setting ourselves up. Still got a little bit more work to do, but we're definitely going in the right direction.
What was it again? Where did you look?
That's police1.com. So we do a lot of training through there, online training. It's national system. They did a poll of 10,000. I've got a breakdown if y'all want to look at it. I can read it here and you can flip through it. Anybody?
Only 7%?
7%
Wow.
recommend it. Yep. Out of 10,000 officers.
I wouldn't doubt it,
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't.
honestly.
Everybody's got the recruiting, well, I mean, look at the trends, look at,
But look at the times. I think it's more the times.
yeah,
right?
and the defunding police, I mean, and you look at what's happened in New York City as far as defunding to a point, and then on top of that with the attacks.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean-
Yeah. So I don't blame one
It's
bit.
just sitting
And I'm
there.
glad to be here. So,
There you go.
We're glad you're here, too.
yeah.
Yes, we are glad. Yes.
Yeah. Only other thing I got is we're finishing up a couple things that we're going to be doing on this. We're back to normal schedule. Working on a couple projects. After that, I like to look at the corporal position, actually getting that implemented, and that'll give us direct supervision to each shift, better accountability, just on our end. So we can talk about that next time too. Just kind of projecting it out there. And anything for me?
I do have a question, but go ahead, Sharon.
Are we back to regular time?
Yes.
Full-time, and you've got 10 offices total now?
Yes.
Not for the street, though.
Well, no, we have 10. 2 are still on admin. So 8 actually working the street.
Okay.
1 in background, which will bring us up to 11, and then 1 vacancy.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Chris since our last meeting. Would you like to talk to him about what we talked about?
The phone call in the middle of the night, that one?
No, the letter that you want to send?
Oh, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Do you want to finish up the meeting? Because if we
Yeah, I
shut
think
off
that,
the-
we
Yeah.
ought
You have
to,
a few minutes?
I think that should go
Okay,
out to
because
non-public.
I would
we
believe
had
it.
a non-public last week to discuss the situation, and
Weeks ago, yeah.
they want a letter written, but I said that I wanted to talk to you about it first, but I didn't know you were coming, so I think
You're here.
the board can also weigh in their thoughts as to how we came, what we came.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like
So if you, I mean, we don't have a lot to
20
talk
minutes.
No, that's
about.
fine.
Yeah,
that. Finished.
thank you.
All good.
Chris.
The
The
next,
reopening of the town hall.
what's the next item, yep.
Sorry, taking over. One of those things. Give me a minute and I will take over. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, hey.
So what I've talked a lot to a couple of you about it. Reopening the town hall. We talked about the sanitization. I think it's worth a phone call that I didn't do yet to Primex to see how they weigh in, because I've got a lot of concerns being you can go ahead and get some prices, but then when you rent it, are you gonna expect the renter to pay the sanitization after? We'll pay the first time, get it clean, get it up to date. My question, more or less, is, who's liable? I mean, they can pay to clean it, but what if somebody shows up with COVID after? Where does it go? Who's responsible? Because as Sherry and I had talked, you go to the grocery store, they ain't
It's all
gonna take
around.
responsibility. So, is it something, I guess I should look at our insurance company, because that's who I would go to first, to see what their thoughts are on continuing to rent it during the pandemic. Or leaving
where
it
we gotta
shut
start.
for a while. Or, I can get you prices, but again, where are you gonna go? What's the lead time? What's the price? Do you do it, only one rental a weekend? You know, there's so many things that are up in the air. I think the best place to start is to see what Primex indicates in this as to how much we can protect,
Right.
Well, I think,
how much that we'll be responsible for.
Well, I think it rolls back to whatever Primex is going to say, because like you said, I mean, if they're not going to support it, then I think it's pretty much a moot point at that.
I mean,
and
most,
we will
most
cross that
public
bridge.
buildings and auditoriums are still closed.
Closed,
Well,
right?
the movie theaters are 50%, right?
25.
Oh, 25, okay.
Last I heard, it was 25%. So, you know, you're gonna expect the person who rents the hall to police that for 20, no, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna
Well,
put
it's
somebody
just-
over
And do you,
there. The easiest solution to that, you know, is that we just don't.
Right.
Right.
And I think that's where we ought to just go for the time being, is just leave it closed.
Ain't hurting nobody.
No.
I think.
No, and
But
really, a lot of places aren't. I mean, you used to be able to go to, let's say, a restaurant, rent a room, and have a shower.
You can't do that.
And you can't do that anymore because the restaurants are outside or social distancing or things like that. So, this, you rent the hall and you bring all your food in when they do the showers. But, I mean, but where does safety, you know what I mean? I think we're
Well, I
responsible.
don't think it hurts to call Primex and get a feel of
I
where
don't
they're
think
at
that,
with it.
but I think, you know, like I said, I'm looking, okay, across the street, the Legion, closed,
I
till
saw
further
that,
notice.
yeah.
Bang, done, nothing, no breakfast, no
Well,
meetings.
they'd have to pay $300 a week if they had breakfast there to have the building clean.
Well, and there's no way you could keep social distancing with those guys in the kitchen,
No,
and the amount
no,
of the
it's
people
too
that come and go out of there, there's no
I
way.
wouldn't even bother calling Primex. I say it sounds like.
Doesn't cost us anything, so.
That's what I'm saying, it doesn't cost us anything.
cost
And
us,
just get a
okay.
feel. I mean, I'm in support of keeping it closed until further, but
So let's.
but it
so-
wouldn't hurt for her to call and say,
Well,
hey,
have
Oh, I agree.
you know, get a feel on other topics.
I agree, and
regarding this.
I agree that it probably ought to stay closed, but let's, just for argument's sake, let's throw this out there. Say we do decide to open it. What are the steps that we're gonna have to ensure on our part to open it up?
Oh, yeah,
We'd
it's way too
have,
much.
the cleaning alone, we'd have to contract with a cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd have to be pretty Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
How much is that fee? Are we gonna pass that fee on to the renters?
Right.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
$300,
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah,
want
at least, I mean, you're go, and I mean, when they go do a sanitization, I mean, you're gonna do the bathrooms,
Well, they do it
because
all.
you're gonna do
And
the
the
whole
whole building,
thing.
the whole thing.
So, I mean,
But that's something that could also carry on
and you're
after
gonna
the
also
pandemic's
have all
over,
those
too.
tables and chairs, if they use any of those have all
Oh,
gonna be
right.
individually sanitized, and, you know,
Yeah, no, I think
think it's a
yeah.
real-
Yeah, I think we could definitely leave the calling of the sanitization company out, but I'm thinking it wouldn't hurt.
well,
just,
if-
just to get a pulse on where Primex is with things right now.
no.
Yeah.
But I'm in favor of just leaving it closed.
Yeah, maybe revisit around Labor Day. Give it another couple months. 'Cause the way everything's going right now, everything, other parts of the country are trending up
Yeah.
quickly.
Well,
We
people
were
are
s-
testing higher too. Yeah.
We were slower in the Northeast to trend upwards when it first came around. Let's
Yeah,
wait a
now-
couple months. Let's see what happens.
Now Florida's talking about closing, and Arizona's talking about closing again, I mean, shutting down, because they're so far.
1,100 cases in one day.
11,000 in Florida.
And a lot of that is also just increased testing too.
Higher testing rates.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, that-
but I mean, the
But
tests.
that's a good thing, because now
Yep.
you know what you got.
Exactly.
No,
So do you need a motion, or you just, the consensus is to close
I think
until further
consensus
notice
is-
and revisit?
I think right now
September?
it's just leave status quo, I don't think we need a
it's
motion.
Consensus, I think. Yeah.
At that point, you know,
Revisit at a future date.
revisit at a future date, you know.
But again, I'd still call.
But I check
Primex and
Primex just
Oh,
to
I
see.
Just get a
will,
pulse
I'll
on
see,
what's
yeah.
just on buildings in general, and you know.
Okay.
Now, how will that affect, the townwide yard sale and the use of?
It won't be able to be used.
I think they
Won't be
already,
able to be
I
used.
thought they already canceled that.
No, they moved it to August.
August, it
August
just came out in
2nd, I think.
August. So I think,
that's
yeah,
what
I mean,
The 22nd.
there's
22nd.
no, I mean,
If the town hall's closed, the town hall's closed.
The out-
Nothing's
grounds can be
Nothing's
used.
gonna be open.
grounds
If
can
they
be
do
used.
it, they're doing it on the lawn.
Yep.
We're not opening
Yeah.
the stone building for anything.
yeah,
So
so,
the building will stay closed, so no restroom facilities, nothing
Right.
like that.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, if they need restroom, then they'll have to bring a porta potty in because it's not happening.
Yeah. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Told you it would be short. Then I have minutes.
Next one is
Now, I
minutes.
know the 29th came out
Yeah, I got,
Tuesday,
yeah.
but you guys should have had the 1st and the 15th from the last time we met
Yep.
on the 29th.
yeah, I got the first.
I've got them all here, so.
Okay.
Keeping you up.
Not until later. I'll be excited.
I didn't see anything on page one.
I didn't either. I didn't see anything on page 2 either.
No, I was just gonna say that, page two.
Page 3. Third paragraph, starting Selectman Van. Second line, he believes the highway department should be used for oil changes and simple maintenance.
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate. I think they should be given first opportunity. I don't think they have to use them. I think it was give them the first shot, if I remember correctly.
So if we change it to say,
He believes the highway department should be given first
first
opportunity.
opportunity for
Oil changes and simple maintenance.
Okay. Okay.
What paragraph that, second?
Third, starting with Selectman Van.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, anything on the third page? Other than that? Fourth page.
I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't either. Fifth page.
Nope.
My next one wasn't until the 8th.
Sixth page, nothing. The eighth page?
Yep.
So that's the seventh, yeah, I'm on the seventh now.
Eighth, yeah.
I didn't see anything there.
Second to last paragraph, starting Town Administrator Bolton stated.
Mm-hmm.
Second to last line, towards the end, it's any one selectman, 2 words. Any one selectman cannot answer at the end of that line.
Oh, it's 2 words.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, anything else on 8? Page 9
And 10.
and 10.
Yep, that's it.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes of June 1st, 2020 as amended?
Second, all those in favor?
Yes.
And while we're talking about different things. Extension.
Wasn't here.
We weren't here. And while we're talking about that, we had a discussion that technically, we're supposed to do a roll call vote. No? On everything?
Nope, just on your,
I thought we were
non-public.
supposed to do it on everything,
Yeah.
which is what discussion, okay.
That's
so
why I've been
I'll-
saying yes.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So it's 4-0.
Also, just for the record, for people out there in the public, which I neglected to do, Selectman Osborne is not here tonight, so he's out sick, and hope he gets well quickly. Okay, the next order of minutes are for the 15th. Anything on page 1? I didn't
didn't see
see
anything.
anything. Page 2.
I didn't see anything. I skimmed it pretty quickly, though, so I could have missed something.
Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. And page 10.
Move to approve is written.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's read the 29th.
I've got the 29th if anybody else has.
I've got it, but I haven't read it.
I read it. But, if not everybody's read it, then I guess we'll
Table it.
table it till next meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have the manifest?
Yes, I have it right here.
Okay.
That's the next item. Order the treasurer to sign the payroll and accounts payable checks dated July 9th, 2020, as included in the following manifest. Payroll manifest for $58,178.57 for the weekly payroll. First responder stipend manifest of $1,912.92. Accounts payable manifest for $49,299.81 for a total of $109,391.30. As there is no selectmen meeting scheduled for Monday, July 13th, 2020, I'd like to order the treasurer to sign payroll checks dated July 16th, 2020, estimated to be about $70,000. Furthermore, to order the treasurer to sign up to the amount of $75,000 for accounts payables that cannot wait until the next scheduled meeting. Reports and actual checks amounts will be reported to the Board of Selectmen by inclusion on the manifest memo at the next meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Aye.
And now it's the
So I don't
administrator's reports.
have much of a report. I do have correspondence. The public hearing for the fee increase is going to be the 27th versus the 20th
Okay.
of July. I know that's an off night, but we had said we would meet when we needed to, so we'll address it that evening.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the newspaper was off on Friday, so I missed it by a day, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it the 27th, and I did let Park and Rec know.
Yep.
So the 27th would be just really the public hearing, because that's an off night. And then I have some correspondence that I think I shared with you.
Yeah.
If you're gonna move on into correspondence.
Is that 6:30, the public hearing?
Yeah, we'll meet at 6:30, but it's, I don't know if that's, we'll have to work on swearing somebody in, so we'll finalize with him, with Chris.
Well, if he comes in on that date, because it's an off day for the
We
swearing,
can start at 6:30
start at 6:30 and just swear and then start
and then do the public.
6:45, start the
Yeah.
public hearing. So,
You know, we had agreed that we would meet bi-weekly, but meet as needed, so.
yeah, so
If he
there you
needs
go.
it, that's
No big
fine.
deal.
Not like it's gonna be a long meeting.
No,
We said that about.
so
the
I'm
last
gonna
one, the
actually
public hearing.
probably schedule the public hearing for 6:45, which is I always do, just in case we have something in the front.
Yep.
Okay. So correspondence I shared with you is, one I sent to you, we talked about last week briefly about the, Riverdale Road and 114 and the trucks on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to, I mean, I have not replied back to her yet. I guess I can do it generically. She's looking for a report of how much, each haul earth out of town? That's tough for me to figure out,
We don't know.
generating a tax.
Yeah.
I mean,
They don't report how much they've hauled out of there till the end of the year, correct?
Right, you only get, and it's based on, I'll call it an honor system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get a gravel tax bill
yeah,
based on, and it's, from April 1st to March 31st, what you hauled out.
So we'd be unable to answer that request anyway. We
Yeah,
don't have
well-
the
I can tell them what we
What-
billed for last year.
Yeah,
but who
yeah,
knows,
more.
but again, the question
But again, I
is-
don't know where it went because some of it stays in town.
Yeah, the other question
Because
is,
your
do we know
gravel-
which pit that came out of that she's
Yeah, there's
referring
two
to on the
down that
weekend?
way.
No, but I'm just saying, but the question was, is it possible to get a reporting of how much haul of earth out of town? So I can tell her how much tax is, but Benji hauls from some of these guys too.
Yeah.
So it stays in town.
Right.
And that's how I'll explain my answer.
Well, I mean,
But again, it's hard, you can't really
And
answer it
says-
anyways.
It says revenue for yellow lines, guardrails, and a working street lamp.
I'm not
That's,
sure I understand what she's asking.
we don't charge for yellow lines. Guardrails, if somebody has an accident, we usually get their insurance company.
Yeah, the insurance company.
And the working street lamp is part of the budget, it's part of street lighting. There's
Street
one down
lighting,
there.
and we've got a few in town,
Yeah.
not many.
Not
but
many,
a few.
many.
yeah, a couple.
So I'll answer and I guess I'll carbon you guys.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that all
Sounds
right? But it's gonna be a generic, there's no way we know
Oh,
how much
there's no
goes out
way.
of town.
No,
No.
because I mean, you have no idea who the haulers are.
Even on the form, I think it says estimated yardage.
Yeah.
It's
And
not- it's
unless
not
you have,
accurate.
unless you're in a
weight
situation
scale.
like, you know, Henniker Cross or Mitchie, where they have a scale house and they scale out exactly what goes in,
Yeah,
what
but that
comes
goes
out.
back to the company, not to the town.
No, but.
No,
they have-
company
that's-
records, not
that's-
town
But
records.
it's how they base what they take out of that pit, so they know exactly how much they're gonna pay taxes on and so
Well, you get
forth.
slips every time too.
Yeah, and the guys get a slip every time with the tonnage.
Jack, real quick, I would like I'd like a non-public under C for this email.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. That's already
Yeah.
in the works. so.
Yeah, and the other thing I got in the mail, Thursday, is I received a letter from, it's talking about speed limit and usage of Rockland Road. And the resident is writing to overwhelming safety concerns of excessive speeding and trucks utilizing our road, Rockland Road. Residents on our road have seen an overabundance of concern of heavy truck equipment that's been utilizing our road as recent as our road is no through truck usage, with the exception of the town trucks which need to utilize our road to access the transfer station. We have speed limit signs of 35 miles an hour on our road, and this is unacceptable as we have children located at 9 houses on this road. Out of them, 6 of them have small children. We'd like the signage on our road changed to 30 miles an hour immediately. That's a public hearing if you go below 35, right?
That's right, you have to have
And I'll have to-
recommendations.
I'm trying to remember if there's actually a no-through trucking sign there.
There is, at the bottom.
At
Yeah,
the bottom.
Was there one at the top?
I believe there is.
I don't know.
I think
I
there
don't
is when
I
you
don't remember
turn.
seeing one up
I
there.
don't remember seeing one at the top.
Me either.
I'm gonna pull
Because
it.
when you turn on to Rockland Road,
It's a dump.
and then you turn left into the dump, there's no sign there that I see. that
I don't think
says
there's a
no
sign
through trucking.
past Merrill Road that says no through trucking.
Then there needs to be,
Then
because
it
there
needs
needs
to
to be
be.
one on both ends, so
Right.
maybe
Yeah,
that's
I knew there
part of
is
the problem.
coming up the hill, because that's why all the tractor trailers go out to
And I
77.
remember where you had
and then
the, was it
TMS.
TMS?
They're
once
right
the-
there on the corner.
Well, they went through their approval, I don't know what the status is, but that was part of the deal, is because they didn't want any through trucking. But is it,
They're
the other
stopping it,
question
though.
is,
It's not through.
it's not, if they're taking a right from that operation
Just
and
like
go
we're
down the
not
hill.
through.
Yeah, it's not through
It's
trucking.
not
Sounds
through
like-
trucking.
No.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or if they
The
come
other
up the hill
question is
in
if
turn
they're,
before.
if they're in the process, where the exceptions lie with that, is if they're actually engaged in picking up, delivering, doing a job in that area, then the trucks have the right.
Well, it
to
says
go.
and the issue of heavy hauling equipment needs to be addressed, as the past 2 days we've seen speeding trucks slamming on brakes, cresting our hill because they did not see one of us pulling out of the driveway. We're crossing the road to get our mail because several of us have blind driveways.
Speeding trucks up the hill,
It just says speeding trucks slamming on the brakes, cresting our hill.
cresting or hill.
I mean,
So it says we are greatly opposed to the land usage that was approved at the end of Rockland, as we do not need any additional companies with heavy equipment utilizing a residential road. I'm a concerned mother who is addressing this for the safety of my children, and also because I do not wish to witness a horrific crash on my road because these safety matters were not addressed. Anything that can be addressed immediately would be greatly appreciated. As a taxpayer, I would hope the town would consider our welfare and safety of our children a high priority. So I will double check on the no through
I just
trucking at
pulled up
77.
Google Street View, and from the Concord stage side, there is no sign
No
that says
sign,
no.
I know, I was just out there.
Okay, all right, so that needs to occur, but
But-
the through trucking is end to end, so and I understand the concern is, when you come out of the transfer station and take a left, that's
That's
not
not through
through,
trucking.
because you're,
Already on that
Well,
road.
who, yeah, I mean, but if they're talking about any other heavy equipment or trucks going up through
yeah,
there,
they shouldn't be.
you know, one of the conditions for TMS to be in there was when they leave the driveway is that they turn and take a left and go out on the Concord stage, not take a right. And that was one of the conditions for them to open that.
Right, but they're not in there yet.
They're not,
No.
yeah.
So, but they're not in there yet. So, I mean, I don't know how much work they're doing. I've seen one excavator.
Well, the
in
other
there,
thing
and
too
that's
is,
it.
I can see if Benji's got some traffic counts too, and I don't know 30 to 35 to 30.
What difference is
It's gonna be a minor difference, but I mean, if you're gonna do 35, they're gonna do. It's unfortunate. I understand, and there are some houses really close there.
Yeah.
You know, they're older
mean,
houses that are really
I don't
close.
see the harm in dropping that to a 30. I didn't know it was a 35.
Oh, we have to have a public
I
hearing.
thought it was a 30 already.
No, you have to have a public hearing.
No, but
Yeah,
I understand
mean,
that, but I'm
and
just
any
saying.
road that's not posted is deemed to be 35 by statute. So if there's no posting at all, so it's deemed to be by law.
Right, but
I mean, if
thought-
you're,
we
if
set it
you're
anything lower than
interested,
that, it has to
I
come
can
beyond
add that
that.
to the public hearing night.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
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 Because I already thought it was a 30. I didn't know it was a
No,
35.
it's 35.
I think we gotta at least put the sign up on the other end.
And then you have to
That,
put the sign on
that
the
would
other
definitely
side.
be a good start,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do
That
that, then you
makes it
have to do it in
enforceable.
all the roads in Ware.
No,
What do you mean?
35 are all. They're all 35.
If you're gonna
if
drop
they're not
that to
posted.
30.
Not
and
all
the
of them
other
are
road,
35.
Residential area that's 35.
Only
you-
on a request though.
Yeah,
Just
not
that
all
one
of
road.
them.
Just that one road.
You have to do it by road. You can't just blanket do it. So, I mean, I think was it Concord, our road is 35.
35, yeah. Quaker
Yeah.
Street's 35.
Quaker Street's 35, posted that way.
Yeah.
Thorndike's posted 30, if you can see the sign. It's,
If you can see the
it's a
sign.
little short. It's in the weeds.
All right, so if I do it the same night, and I'll reach out to her and let her know.
Yeah, the other thing is, I think there was a traffic count done on that road. I'd like to see.
We have traffic counts done every year.
Yeah,
and I can
what
just
what
see
it is
if
on that.
Benji's
Well, I
done
bet, I
it
mean, there
every
was
year.
one
There was
done,
one specific for the TMS.
there was one done for the TMS, because we
Okay.
requested it.
And it
so.
wasn't a huge increase in.
I don't know, but
commercial traffic.
I'd like to just see what they got for
There
that.
was a traffic count. Was that at the planning board?
Yes,
Okay.
That was 2 years ago?
no,
It would have been
no, it was less than that.
less than a year ago.
Yeah, less than a year ago.
Okay. I know it wasn't, I know it was
And then I
recent.
didn't read this one. I just got it from
Chief.
the chief. It says to Town Aware Tax Department, Town Administrator, Town Selectmen, but it got mailed to Chris.
He looks like he copied him once. I just got mine first.
Yeah, because I haven't seen ours.
His original complaint was speeding on 114,
Okay.
which of course we have moving radar. I pointed out a few
Yeah.
things, so when I got it, I just brought what I'd already responded to.
Well, that's,
So we have not seen it
no,
till now.
Yeah, I was just passing it along.
Yeah, well, I can scan it and send it too, because there's an exchange between him and you? Okay.
His original complaint,
Okay,
our actions on it,
okay.
and then
I'll share it all with you
the
guys,
second letter.
because we haven't seen the letter yet. I only have the Chris. Other than that, I have, I think, what he's talking about.
yep,
For
we
the
got two
non-public.
things, yeah, non-public. So, okay. Any other correspondence or other business?
I did ask, I had some correspondence with Benji about the cistern down here, the dry hydrant, right down here across from Tina Connor's
Yeah,
house.
okay, yeah.
That is low. According to John Osborne, that was a punky roadnizer. And also C2 said too that that was a punky roadnizer thing where they built that up to, but it's pretty obvious that the whatever happened at Duck Pond took out whatever was on the other side of the road, because I've never seen it that low. And even, I mean, we've had some pretty good rain.
Are you
There's a beaver-
talking,
there's
are
gotta
you
be a
talking
beaver
about
dam.
Moody Pond being low?
Yeah.
The dam's been gone for a year.
Right,
Oh, it
but
got
there was,
built back
but there
up
was
again.
dirt berms in there. There was dirt berms in there, though, that a couple people have confirmed have been put out there because the dam was breaching before it, undermined.
But-
And before, not just, last year it went south, but
Yeah.
it was breaching and water was getting around it, so they put, I think,
Some-
just some dirt
Right.
berms out there. And again, now that they're gone, They got washed downriver. But yeah,
Washed out the culvert in front of the bank too. part of
right.
that.
But if you look, like I said, I mean that pipe is relied upon for most of the center of town.
Right.
And it spreads pretty thick. I mean, pretty much. I mean, the up Flanders up until you get to Holly Hill. I mean, Quaker Street.
Yep.
You know, East Road, the school. So I mean, there's quite a bit of reliance on that pipe. So I think it needs to take some priority. I know that they're paving, but we really need
Did
to
you
get the ball
talk to him
rolling.
about what he's doing?
I asked him to take a look at it, and he said yes. He thinks it's low, and he thinks he was going to try and come up with a game plan. But that was last week. So
Okay.
I just want to make sure I keep that ball rolling. That's all.
Okay.
And like I said, I know that I talked to C2 about it, and he said that he had the contact for the guy with the state. I don't know what bureau that would be, but
Bureau of Dams, maybe?
I would
No.
no.
For Beaver Dam, it come under, that's a DOT issue.
I don't know,
So it'd
but
be
he
out of
knows.
the
But he
patrol
knows who
shed.
it is,
That's
anyways.
a dam was
And,
privately owned.
He said
Oh,
that,
yeah, that comes
you
under
pitched the
environmental
case about
services. They have a
fire
dam
protection,
division.
and
Okay.
that the rules get. I don't say the rules get bent, but
Okay.
the process is easier.
Okay.
And I mean, it's been there for as far as long as I can remember. It's been up. I mean, it's down probably 2 feet down that pipe.
Yeah.
And that's a few
I haven't
thousand
looked.
gallons.
Yeah.
You know, and that, like I said, and we get a major event in the center of town, and that's not going to be sufficed.
Yeah, you gotta utilize that pretty heavy when the store here burnt.
When the store burned, I
Yeah.
mean, anything for the, refilling the school, if we use a school cistern.
Yep.
Again, you start fencing out, and it can, I mean, all the way up to the pond, up on the hill, Dimitri's, I mean, it's a, well-used, dry hydrant, so, I've definitely got concerns that we need to keep after that.
Definitely.
Yep.
For sure.
I mean, I
A
hate,
lot of reliance on that.
right, I would hate to see it, on the other end, bite us,
Yep.
so,
Absolutely.
that's all I had.
Okay, anything else? Okay, if there's nothing else, then I'll make a motion.
But we're gonna, I think we should kind of preface what we're gonna do. I think that's one of the things that.
Right.
Two non.
We got two non-publics, one of them, they probably both involve,
Reputation.
yeah, so,
Yep, reputation, yeah.
C
It's
and,
both reputation of residents,
yeah, so,
so I guess.
C to cover it.
Yep.
Yeah, Sue cover it, yeah.
Yep, so, make a motion and we go into non-public under RSA 91A, Roman numeral 2, 3, colon 3, Roman numeral 2, C.
Second.
All those in favor?
Roll
Yes.
call.
Roll call
Yes.
vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
With the intention of adjourning after the second.
And after the second one, we will be adjourned.
That's correct.
So